Breaking news in the world of precious metals. One of the biggest bullion sellers dropped a bombshell that proves the market for these metals is completely broken. This is having an impact on retail like never before. Let's talk about it while we listen to the music I'm about to play. It's possible that other dealers will notice, since ATMEX just announced some shocking changes to how they do business from now on. In order to keep up with sales, Ken Lewis, the CEO, shared a letter that just dropped and that I was told about. In it, they say that they are making it very hard for you to order from their company. I'll talk more about that soon, but first I want to thank Summit Metals. They haven't put those kinds of limits on their company yet, but I think other companies will soon. Right now, all dealers in rare metal bullion are busy, and Summit Metals is doing their best to keep up with orders. To see them, click on the link in the text below. In other words, this letter is a shocking new look at what's going on. I'm going to read it all the way through because I believe it's very important to know what's really going on in the business, especially with such a big supplier as ATMEX. I mean, the rare metals market has been through a big change in the last 2 weeks. Gold and silver have both hit all-time highs more than once. This is because of worries about inflation, global unpredictability, and a renewed interest in hard investments. We haven't seen a market surge like this in years. It's because of these changes in price. As new customers come into the market and the season changes, investors make quick decisions to change their stocks. The high level of demand makes things really hard for everyone in the business. Order volumes are high, supply is tight, and service lines are under a lot of stress. A lot of businesses are having trouble keeping up. In times like these, it's easy to tell the difference between the companies. I want you to know that ATMEX was designed to work in situations like this. We can keep giving our customers the wide range of products, high quality, and dependability they expect even when the market is tough because of our size, long-term relationships with our suppliers, and investments in our operations. Even though no company is immune to the realities of demand that has never been seen before, we are in the best situation to handle it. They're going to say something next, though, that goes against everything they said. To put it another way, that doesn't look like the case. To keep orders going and help our customers, he says that our teams in operations, customer service, fulfillment, sales, and minting are working extra hours and taking on more work whenever they can. For more than 25 years, ATMEX has been known for its dedication to accuracy, safety, and customer service. In addition, we have taken the following steps to answer concerns about volume and capacity. When you place an order, you'll see an expected ship date that shows when we can currently ship. These days, we only add 1 workday, but because of the high volume, we're now adding 4. That is why they are extending it. Their minting team has limited the range of products they offer. Our main goal is to stock up on key products. The company has found 31 core production silver goods and now has 21 of them in stock, up from less than 15 a few days ago. We should have most of them in stock by this weekend, unless demand goes up even more. Besides that, we have stopped most pre-sales unless we are sure we can ship the goods within 2 weeks. The big surprise is now here. When it comes to retail purchases, we are 4 days behind on getting your items. You don't really get your order until 4 days after you place it, when you go to buy something. So, they set a minimum of $10,000 to help keep the number of transactions low and service levels high. I think you won't be able to buy anything until you have $10,000 worth of gold and silver in your cart. That's really strange. Lastly, we've added 25% more staff to sales and customer service by using talent from across the company. It looks like they won't be able to support this after all the plans made above, since a $10,000 minimum order is way too expensive for most people to afford. That's why, other metal dinners might do this too, and it's been great so far. Peak Metals has been going strong, and they haven't done this yet, but they have a lot of sales. In the past few weeks, I've talked to them, and they say that both buying and selling orders are up. They were actually trying to get silver out. In other words, if you wanted to sell silver, they would definitely buy it. But there will still be some delays in the whole business. But what they've done is mind-blowing. So he ends the letter by saying, We understand that delays, longer hold times, or limited availability can be annoying, especially in markets that move quickly. We really value your patience during this very busy time. No one takes it for granted. Yes. And, well, that's just standard stuff, right? I think Summit Metals has really stepped up their game when it comes to customer service, shipping times, and other things like that. They're a young company that's only been around for maybe 2 years. Oh, but there's everyone on the pressure. In general, you should be patient with sellers, and especially some of the smaller companies that are growing and working hard to get a product out there. There will be this, but I hope it doesn't happen. I think it will spread, especially among some of the bigger gold dealers, and I think that if it does happen, it could give some of the smaller dealers a chance to shine and do well. We'll see how this goes, but it's pretty cool. I've learned a lot about valuable metals on this channel and other places, but I've never seen these things before. So the fact that the valuable metals are moving so quickly up and down could very well be a sign. People are taking advantage of every dip that happens along the way, and then some. Right now, silver prices have gone down a bit overnight trade, and it's likely that more people will buy now. You should also know that when you do buy something, your order will be late. I know I recently ordered some things, so I think I'll just be ready to wait a while. Just because that's how beasts are, but these two will pass. But we don't know when. We are going to keep an eye on it. But, the market for precious metals is moving a lot, and this is a big deal. This has never been seen before for such a large company to be able to do that, which is why we should look around. And if there are things you do need, you shouldn't buy them in a hurry. You should never buy something out of fear, because this will happen again at some point. But I think now is a good time to look around for any kind of goods, since most of us can't make a $10,000 minimum order at once. I think that will hurt their business a great deal. Who knows, There may be big whale buyers who can make those kinds of purchases, and there may be enough of them for the business to still do very well. We'll see, though. From what I've heard from Summit Metals, they've also gotten very big orders. The price of rare metals is very volatile right now because of the way the market is set up. And it's not just the price, it's the whole supply chain. Right now, it's having a huge effect on shopping. This is amazing. It makes me wonder how much this changes if I sell it back to the owner. How much money does ATMEX and other sellers get back, and how do they handle that? In connection to that, I would like to add that a local coin shop I frequent closes for part of a day during the week to process new items that have been brought in. There is so much for them to handle during their standard business hours that they don't have time. In order to make that happen, they're actually doing it during off hours, and some of the time they are open. I think you might also see that at some coin shops in the area, snorts. More and more coin shops in my area are saying that they're not able to get a lot of things in stock. Some of them can't keep it in stock. It's really interesting to see how things are changing. With some of these dealers, the world of rare metals changes so quickly. It will be interesting to see how long this lasts because it's a big deal, and to see what happens in other parts of the world and how rules change at other dealers. This will have a big impact on the selling price of precious metals, and I think it's also possible that it will change the price you pay at other dealers. As you can see, premiums will go up, and there will be delays while we work our way through these areas. It's an amazing time to be living and see all of this. Feel free to tell me what you think in the area below. I hope this movie was interesting, helpful, and educational for you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you'll rate, share, review, and subscribe. Music.